Business Casual in a few weeks. How would you compare it to what you've done with Fancy Footwork and even She's in Control? I mean, in terms of production, songwriting, all that kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Well, it was like a step up every time, you know. We started Chromeo basically with She's in Control, so we had to play around a little bit for one album, and then the second album we got a bit better. And I think with Business Casual, we took it just a step more musical than the rest, and but still keeping simple. We want to stay simple all the time. We want, you know, we're not going to start jazz records or stuff that's, you know, musically hard to understand for everybody.
Yeah.
We're just trying to keep it simple, try to keep it dance floor, but have that little bit of sophistication to it.
What's up with the name Business Casual? What went into that?
This was a term that Dave heard when he called a restaurant last year to make a reservation. And the answering machine on the phone said, for reservations, blah, 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 the restaurant hours are this and that, and the dress code is business casual. We found it so hilarious that he told me about it. And we didn't know at first because it sounded a bit, you know, jokey and, you know, for a title, but there's so many that we just went along with it.
Well, I have to know. I listen to Night by Night all the time, and it reminds me of like the Rocky theme song, "I Have the Tiger" and stuff like that. It always gets me going. What was your inspiration behind that track, between the guitar riff and stuff like that?
Basically, the inspiration was to, you know, everybody's into disco and this and that, and that's basically our take on disco, like from the point of view, you know, in the early 80s, disco was really hot and everybody had to have a disco song. Even like rock bands had a disco song. Rolling Stones had one, Rod Stewart had one, Fleetwood Mac had one. Everybody had to have one, but all those late 70s, becoming washed up in the early 80s rockers had a disco song, and it always has a sound to it because you can hear it's rock guys trying to do like funky music.
Yeah.
And there's this great innocence about it, and you know, it's never really tight, and that's what we wanted to capture with it.
Cool.
Like the white rocker disco. Kind of a bit offbeat. That's what we're trying to capture. The guitars and the disco beat and the synthesizers.
I guess Night by Night sounds a little better than white rocker disco. So
we wanted to sound exactly like it.
You guys just played with Daryl Hall at Bonnaroo, and you know you've said Hall & Oates is one of your huge influences. Who would you choose if you could? Anybody to collaborate with next year at like a festival and play live with?
I don't know. This was really, you know, we do stuff really organically, so nothing is really planned too much in advance. It just happened. Like, hey, do you guys want to do this? That would be amazing to recreate the show that we put on the web last year. So we just go along organically. Who we like, who we get along with, our friends. That's how we work with collaborations. That's how we work for remixes. So basically, that's it.
Well, you just you came out with the DJ Kicks album last year. How did you come about getting to do the DJ Kicks album, and what's the process in doing that? I mean, you just get to choose whatever songs you want, or how does that work?
Well, they asked us to do it, which was I was really, you know, flattered. Yeah. And after that, well, I collect records, so it's just a matter of picking a bunch of songs that we like, and we submit it to them, and then they try to see what they can clear, what they can't clear for the CD. And then once we have a final choice of songs that we can use, we just mix it together.
That's awesome. So was it fun being able to have like an album of all of your favorite stuff?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's really cool.
you're like, I did this, and you just play it at every party, and be like, yeah, this is mine, it's no big deal.
And this is my album.
David said in past interviews that you weren't quite grabbing the sound you wanted to hear from the live sets, mainly because you may not have enough money on tour for like a good sound guy or something like that. But do you feel like you're kind of coming along with it and things are sounding a lot better?
I think that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
We've come along pretty well since then. We can now afford a sound guy.
So, last question. Would you ever do, or have you ever done, an interview strictly through the talk box?
I've tried, but it's really hard because I can't speak like I speak now. The talk box it's a bit. You have to talk a bit slower because you can't really pronounce everything. So
this interview would be like 3 times as long.
Yeah, we would still be on the first question.
That's always fun. Well, thanks a lot for sitting here and chatting with us and everything. This is kind of a new deal.
It's cool. So. It's my first Skype interview.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
There should be more of these, I think.
Little do you know, I'm naked under this.
Thanks a lot for hanging out and talking with us and everything. And we can't wait for the new album, and we'll be seeing you guys in Austin here in a few weeks. So
yeah.
Cool. Thanks a lot, man.
All right.
Subs. Thank you.